Okay, so in this video, I'll be ranking every Fortnite Chapter 3 season. So if you don't know, this chapter is about to end on December 3rd. This chapter is already ending with only 4 seasons. And if you don't remember last season at the end of the chapter, last chapter at the end of the chapter, I did a tier list for every season that chapter. So we're going to be doing this chapter. It's very sad to see this chapter ending with only 4 seasons, but still very excited for Chapter 4. But let's get into this, though. So the first season we have is Chapter 3, Season 1. Now, I loved everything about this season. This season was great. We got Spider-Man in the Battle Pass, which was such a good skin. That was the best tier 100 skin this chapter. We also got the Spider-Man web shooters this chapter. The Spider-Man web shooter were so fun to use this chapter. Season, oh my gosh. They were such a fun item to use. I really enjoyed them a lot. They were so good to use. I really liked the Spider-Man web shooters. They were awesome this season. We also got all new weapons this season, which was a great start this chapter, even though I really hope we do get OG weapons back next chapter. We also got Colombo this chapter. Almost forgot about that. Colombo had been one of my favorite things out of this chapter. He was so, awesome. He didn't really do much, but he was such a fun character to mess around with. He was such great. I loved this season, the start of this chapter. It was so good. It really gave us a fresh start to this chapter. I loved it. Season 1 was great. And that season, we had Winterfest that season, which was such a good Winterfest. So this season is an S tier season. This was one of the best seasons this chapter. I really enjoyed it. It was such a good season, the start of the chapter. It was great, so that's why it deserves S tier. But let's get into next season, which is Chapter 3, Season 2. And I'm going to be completely honest, this was another great season, this chapter. I really enjoyed it. We had tanks this season. So the tanks were super fun to drive. I really enjoyed them. We also got Fortnite disabled building for 12 days at the start of the season, which was so fun. No building for 12 days. It was such a fun experience, to be honest. I really enjoyed the experience. No build. I'm so glad it's mode 2 because it felt so fun at the start of the season, just loading up the game and you're not able to build. It was so fun. Which again, I really enjoyed no build. This season also, we were able to drive battle buses this season. It was so fun driving the battle bus. The battle pass was great too. This season's battle pass had such good skins. There was only 2 skins I didn't like in this season's battle pass. It was just, I love this season a lot. We even got sliding and mantling this season, I'm pretty sure. And we had the collision event this season, which was a great event. I loved everything about the event. Being inside the mech actually, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My phone just turned off and ended the recording, so I had to start a new one. But that's fine. But as I was saying, it was so fun with that event. I really enjoyed everything about it. It was a great event. I loved the 0 point stuff, the stuff that was showing on the 0 point, like Darth Vader. This season was a great season, but it did get annoying with the tanks a little while. So this season is a B tier season. Oh my gosh. Drop. So yes, the reason I give this season a B tier is because the season did get kind of annoying with tanks and stuff. And yeah, so it wasn't a perfect season, but it was still so good with Doctor Strange and Battle Pass and stuff. So next we have Chapter 3, Season 3. And let's be honest, this season was not that good. I was not a big fan of this season. The season was fun for 2 months. Then it got super boring because of the lack of content. This season was great. We got to ride animals this season. We got introduced to being able to ride animals, which I loved a lot. Being able to ride animals was such a fun experience at the start of the season because it was new. The season was a very beautiful season as well with all the purple color area. And the reality tree. The reality tree had to be the best location that season. I honestly loved everything about the reality tree. It was just such a beautiful location. And this season was great at the start, but the Battle Pass, I didn't like anything about the Battle Pass. There was only 2 skins I liked in the Battle Pass, which was Eevee and Darth Vader. Everything else I wasn't really a big fan of in the Battle Pass. And then, next, I think it was the V20 update, we got the Darth Vader lightsaber mythic. And let me tell you, this was such a fun mythic. I mean, it was even fun fighting Darth Vader, if anything. Because of the amount of moves he could do. Like, he could force choke you and stuff. It was so fun just fighting Darth Vader. And how you could throw the lightsaber, too. It was super fun, and I thought the season would be great. I mean, it was great for the first 2 updates. Then we got the Cosmic Summer Event. Easily one of the worst summer events possible. I mean, we got wet guff and anything, that's all. But this summer event ruined the whole season. I mean, it was super boring. We got no updates. No even small content updates we didn't get. And then, right after the Cosmic Summer Event, we started getting more updates, and those updates, the updates weren't the best. I mean, they were pretty boring updates, if anything. We didn't have an event this season as well, and this season just started to get worse and worse. Some players actually started to quit because of how boring this season was, and I don't disagree. This season, I didn't really play that much because of how boring it was. It just wasn't that fun to play after like a month because of after Cosmic Summer Event, they just didn't care about updating the game that much. I mean, the vibing quests were fun to do with storyline and stuff, but yeah. So I'm gonna give this season a C ranking. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult, bro. The only reason I give this a C ranking and not a D ranking is because it wasn't as bad as Chapter 2, Season 3, but it was still a very bad. Now we go to Chapter 3, Season 4, the season we are currently in, which is going to be the last season. And this season is such a fun season. I still love it today. It's still a very fun season. I mean, we got Chrome Splash at the start of the season, which you could turn into a Chrome Blob with, which I loved a lot. This season's storyline is great so far. I mean, we even have the Herald as the villain, which I really like the Herald. She's such a cool villain, if anything. I cannot wait to see what she does in the event, to be honest. So yeah, the Herald being the protagonist, I do not hate one bit. I love it. And I feel like this event's going to be great with her, wondering what she does, because... And we had a lot of Chrome spreading this season, which made it great. We got the I.O. Blimp returned. We even got Chrome Tornadoes, which brought Tornadoes back, but a Chrome version, which I like it because it's useful if you want to turn into a Chrome Ball, but you don't have any Chrome Splashes. It's very useful, but not as useful, but I really like it. Well, this season is just great. I mean, the Battle Pass. Every skin in this Battle Pass is good. Spider-Gwen, Linux Rose, Paradigm, Bites, the Herald, and those other 2 skins, I don't really know what their names are because I don't use them. This whole Battle Pass was great. There was not a single bad skin in this Battle Pass that I did not like. And that really made the season good too because this Battle Pass wasn't that bad. But this season is going to be a S season. Another great season, to be honest. I really loved it, but the Fortnite event wasn't that good. But yeah, that's all we have for this video. Hope you guys like the video. See you next one. Bye.